The automotive world is shaking. Jeep and Ram just dropped a bombshell that could upend the entire car market. For decades, Jeep and Ram have been icons of reliability, power, and adventure. But now, plummeting sales, price cuts, and rumors of massive changes are rewriting the rules of the game. With dealerships struggling to move inventory and a trust crisis brewing, the future of these beloved brands hangs in the balance. How did Jeep and Ram reach this breaking point? What does it mean for car buyers and dealers? And could this seismic shift reshape the industry as we know it? What's happening? Jeep and Ram, two iconic names in the automotive world, have dropped a shocking revelation, sending waves through the entire car industry. Stellantis, the parent company behind these brands, is facing one of its toughest challenges yet. Once a dominant force, Jeep and Ram are now struggling to maintain their footing in a competitive market. To understand the gravity of this announcement, we must rewind to their peak in 2015. At that time, Stellantis sold over 2,260,000 vehicles annually in the United States alone. Fast forward to 2024, and that number has plummeted to just over 1,300,000. This staggering 42% decline is not just a dip, it's a crisis. Over the last 5 years, the company has faced a consistent downward spiral marked by declining sales and an eroding reputation. The steep drop in sales has raised questions about Stellantis' ability to stay relevant in a market that is rapidly evolving. The auto industry is no stranger to competition, but Jeep and Ram, once symbols of reliability and innovation, are now struggling to keep up with consumer demands. While other automakers like Toyota and Ford continue to evolve, Stellantis seems to be moving in the opposite direction, with every quarter bringing more troubling news. But these numbers only tell part of the story. What's driving this dramatic decline, and why is Stellantis struggling to reverse the trend? The perfect storm of factors. The decline of Jeep and Ram is not the result of a single issue, but a culmination of several interrelated challenges. First, there's the problem of stagnant inventory. For years, Stellantis relied heavily on its lineup of SUVs and trucks, especially the Jeep Grand Cherokee and Ram 1500. While these vehicles were once market leaders, changing consumer preferences and a lack of innovation have left them feeling outdated compared to competitors. Additionally, pricing has played a significant role. Over the last decade, Stellantis has pushed MSRP values higher and higher, alienating budget-conscious consumers. While other automakers have found ways to offer competitive pricing without sacrificing quality, Stellantis' approach has led to a growing perception that their vehicles no longer offer good value for money. Another factor is the erosion of dealer trust. Stellantis dealers have long been vocal about the lack of support they receive from the company. Complaints include insufficient incentives, poor communication, and a lack of marketing resources to help move inventory. These frustrations came to a head when surveys revealed that Stellantis is now the least trusted automotive brand among its dealer network, a damning indictment of the company's internal dynamics. Lastly, the broader automotive market is evolving at an unprecedented pace. Electric vehicles are taking center stage, and while Stellantis has announced plans to enter the EV market, its current offerings are limited. Meanwhile, competitors like Tesla and Ford are already dominating this space, leaving Stellantis scrambling to catch up. These factors have set the stage for a crisis, but what's happening behind closed doors at Stellantis sheds even more light on the challenges they face. Dealer desperation and internal struggles. The situation is just as dire internally as it is externally. Stellantis' relationship with its dealer network is at an all-time low. Dealers are frustrated not just because of declining sales, but also because of the company's failure to address their concerns. Many have pointed to the lack of meaningful incentives to move inventory as a major issue. Without these incentives, dealers are left sitting on lots filled with unsold vehicles, accruing costs that eat into their margins. The resignation of Stellantis' CEO in late 2024 further underscores the turmoil within the company. Leadership instability has left dealers and consumers questioning the company's direction. The lack of clear communication from Stellantis has only added to the confusion, making it difficult for dealers to plan for the future or feel confident in their partnership with the automaker. To make matters worse, rumors of a potential 35% price cut on new inventory are causing further headaches. While such a move might attract buyers, it leaves dealers in a precarious position. They are now forced to sell older inventory at a loss or risk being stuck with vehicles no one wants. This uncertainty is creating a toxic environment where trust between Stellantis and its dealer network is eroding by the day. As dealers lose faith in Stellantis, consumers are beginning to feel the ripple effects, raising questions about the company's ability to maintain its legacy. The shockwaves across the market. The challenges faced by Jeep and Ram are not confined to Stellantis. They are sending shockwaves across the entire automotive industry. Competitors like Ford, General Motors, and Toyota are closely watching Stellantis' struggles, looking for opportunities to capitalize on the situation. These brands are already stepping up their game, introducing innovative models and aggressive pricing strategies to lure customers away from Jeep and Ram. For Stellantis, the stakes couldn't be higher. Jeep and Ram have long been the cornerstones of the company's success. Jeep, with its rugged off-road reputation, and Ram, known for its powerful trucks, have been household names for decades. However, if Stellantis fails to address its current challenges, these brands risk losing their competitive edge. The market is also being reshaped by the rise of electric vehicles. Tesla, Rivian, and even traditional automakers like Ford have introduced electric SUVs and trucks that are redefining consumer expectations. Stellantis' delayed entry into the EV market puts it at a significant disadvantage. While the company has announced plans for electric versions of the Jeep Wrangler and Ram 1500, these models are still years away from mass production. Consumers, too, are feeling the impact. With fewer competitive options from Jeep and Ram, they are turning to other brands that offer better value, reliability, and technology. This shift is reflected in declining customer loyalty scores for Stellantis, which have reached an all-time low. With so much at stake, Stellantis' next moves will determine whether it can turn the tide or continue its downward spiral. The question now is, can Jeep and Ram reclaim their place in the market, or is this the beginning of the end? Jeep's diminishing legacy. Jeep has long been synonymous with adventure and off-road capability. It is a name that sparks nostalgia, conjuring images of rugged trails and fearless exploration. But in the current automotive landscape, Jeep's legacy is being tested like never before. Declining sales, outdated models, and a failure to adapt to shifting consumer preferences have left this once mighty brand grappling with an identity crisis. Over the last decade, consumer expectations have shifted dramatically. Buyers now demand vehicles that combine traditional capabilities with cutting-edge technology, improved fuel efficiency, and sustainability. Yet Jeep's lineup remains anchored in its past. While models like the Jeep Wrangler and Grand Cherokee continue to attract loyalists, they are falling short of enticing new customers, particularly younger buyers who value innovation and environmental responsibility. Adding to this challenge is Jeep's sluggish entry into the electric vehicle market. Brands like Rivian and Tesla have already redefined what electric off-roaders can look like, while Jeep's electrification plans remain in their infancy. The promised fully electric Jeep Wrangler, while exciting, is still years away from being widely available. In the meantime, Jeep risks losing relevance in a market that is rapidly moving towards sustainability. Jeep's inability to meet these expectations is reflected in its sales figures. The brand's US sales have fallen by over 30% since their peak, a staggering decline for a company that once dominated the SUV segment. Worse, surveys show that Jeep's reputation for reliability has taken a hit, with many buyers citing concerns about build quality and outdated features. This tarnished image is making it increasingly difficult for Jeep to compete with rivals that offer both capability and cutting-edge design. As Jeep struggles to redefine itself in a changing market, its sibling brand, Ram, faces challenges of its own. But for Ram, the story is less about legacy and more about survival. Ram's uphill battle. Ram's story is one of highs and lows. Once a crown jewel in the Stellantis lineup, the brand's trucks were celebrated for their power, durability, and luxury features. However, Ram's position in the market has become increasingly precarious as competition in the truck segment intensifies. The Ram 1500, a longtime favorite among truck enthusiasts, is feeling the heat from competitors like the Ford F-150 and Chevrolet Silverado. Both rivals have introduced hybrid and electric versions of their flagship trucks, leaving Ram playing catch-up. While Ram has teased an electric 1500 model, it remains far from market-ready, putting the brand at a significant disadvantage in the rapidly growing EV truck segment. Ram's struggles are compounded by a perception problem. In recent years, the brand has gained a reputation for high prices and poor resale value, making it less attractive to budget-conscious buyers. For instance, a well-equipped Ram 1500 can easily surpass $70,000, pricing it out of reach for many consumers. Meanwhile, competitors like Ford and Chevrolet offer more affordable options without compromising on features or performance. Adding to Ram's woes is the fact that its sales rely heavily on a single model. While the Ram 1500 remains popular, the brand lacks the diversified lineup that competitors use to weather market fluctuations. This reliance on one product makes Ram particularly vulnerable to changes in consumer preferences or economic downturns. The fallout from these challenges is evident. Ram's US sales have dropped by nearly 40% over the last decade, a decline that has shaken confidence in the brand's ability to compete. For Stellantis, Ram's struggles are a glaring red flag, signaling the need for immediate action to revive the brand's fortunes. While Jeep and Ram fight to regain their footing, Stellantis' broader strategy, or lack thereof, raises questions about the company's ability to navigate these turbulent waters. Stellantis' strategic missteps. At the heart of Jeep and Ram struggles lies a series of strategic missteps by their parent company, Stellantis. Formed in 2021 through the merger of Fiat Chrysler and PSA Group, Stellantis was billed as a powerhouse capable of competing with the world's top automakers. Yet, 3 years later, the company is grappling with declining sales, internal turmoil, and a tarnished reputation. One of Stellantis' most significant missteps has been its approach to pricing. By consistently raising MSRPs across its lineup, the company has alienated consumers and dealers alike. While high pricing strategies can work for luxury brands, they are a tougher sell for mainstream automakers like Stellantis. The result has been stagnating sales and growing inventories, forcing dealers to offer steep discounts just to move vehicles off their lots. Another major issue is Stellantis' failure to invest in electrification. While competitors like Ford and General Motors have committed billions to developing EVs, Stellantis has been slow to follow suit. This hesitation has left the company playing catch-up in a market that is rapidly shifting towards sustainability. Although Stellantis has announced plans to introduce 25 new EV models by 2030, this timeline may be too late to close the gap with rivals. The company's internal struggles are also worth noting. The resignation of its CEO in late 2024 has created uncertainty about Stellantis' future direction. Leadership instability is never a good sign, and it raises questions about whether the company has a clear vision for addressing its challenges. Without strong leadership, Stellantis risks falling further behind in an industry that demands constant innovation and adaptability. These strategic missteps are not just hurting Jeep and Ram, they are eroding Stellantis' overall reputation. Dealer trust is at an all-time low, and consumer confidence in the company's ability to deliver value is waning. For Stellantis, the clock is ticking to turn things around before its problems become insurmountable. As Stellantis grapples with internal and external challenges, the ripple effects of its struggles are being felt across the entire automotive market. The ripple effects on the market. The struggles of Jeep, Ram, and Stellantis are not happening in isolation. They are sending shockwaves through the automotive industry, reshaping the competitive landscape and creating opportunities for other automakers to gain ground. Competitors like Ford, Toyota, and Tesla are capitalizing on Stellantis' weaknesses by introducing innovative models and aggressive pricing strategies. For example, Ford's success with its electric F-150 Lightning has positioned it as a leader in the EV truck segment, leaving Ram scrambling to catch up. Similarly, Toyota's hybrid and plug-in hybrid SUVs are attracting buyers who might have once considered Jeep. These shifts are also impacting consumer perceptions. As Stellantis struggles to maintain its footing, consumers are increasingly looking elsewhere for reliable, value-driven vehicles. This trend is particularly evident among younger buyers, who are less loyal to traditional brands and more likely to prioritize innovation and sustainability. Dealers are also feeling the effects of Stellantis' struggles. Many are finding it difficult to move inventory, leading to financial strain and frustration. This has created a growing divide between Stellantis and its dealer network, with some dealers openly questioning the company's ability to support them. Meanwhile, the rise of electric and hybrid vehicles is reshaping the market in ways that are difficult to predict. Automakers that adapt quickly to this new reality are poised to thrive, while those that lag behind risk being left in the dust. For Stellantis, the stakes couldn't be higher. The company must not only address its current challenges, but also position itself for success in an industry that is undergoing a seismic transformation. The ripple effects of Stellantis' struggles are clear, but the road ahead is far from certain. Now let's talk about what Stellantis can do to turn things around and reclaim its place in the automotive market. Stellantis' path to redemption. Stellantis stands at a critical crossroads, teetering between an opportunity for reinvention and the risk of irrelevance. relevance. To reclaim its place in the automotive industry, the company must address several pressing issues head-on while crafting a forward-thinking strategy that aligns with shifting market demands. This is no small feat, but Stellantis' scale and resources position it well, if the company acts decisively. The first priority for Stellantis is rebuilding trust, both with consumers and its dealer network. Dealer trust has been severely eroded over the past 2 years due to growing inventories, poor communication, and a lack of support from Stellantis' leadership. Dealers need reassurance that Stellantis has their best interests in mind. This could include offering better incentives, clearer pricing strategies, and more robust advertising campaigns to help move inventory. For example, introducing flexible rebate programs and co-marketing initiatives could reignite dealer confidence while simultaneously boosting sales. Equally important is rebuilding trust with consumers. Stellantis must tackle the perception that its vehicles are overpriced or lack innovation. One potential solution is recalibrating its MSRPs across all brands to reflect current market realities. Dramatically cutting prices, even if it means thinner profit margins in the short term, could reinvigorate interest in Stellantis vehicles. Additionally, a renewed focus on quality and reliability, backed by extended warranties or satisfaction guarantees, could demonstrate Stellantis' commitment to customer value. At the same time, Stellantis must fully embrace electrification. It has announced plans to bring 25 new electric vehicle models to market by 2030, but consumers and analysts agree the timeline is too slow. Stellantis should consider expediting its EV development pipeline by leveraging partnerships or acquiring EV startups with proven expertise. A collaboration with cutting-edge battery manufacturers or software developers could accelerate innovation while addressing gaps in Stellantis' current EV lineup. However, electrification cannot exist in a vacuum. To compete with leaders like Tesla and Rivian, Stellantis must also invest in a comprehensive charging network. Accessible, reliable infrastructure is critical to alleviating range anxiety and encouraging consumers to transition to electric vehicles. Offering incentives, such as free charging for 1 year with the purchase of a Stellantis EV, could be a game-changing move to attract buyers. Stellantis' path to redemption will require bold action, but the potential rewards are enormous. By addressing these challenges, Stellantis can emerge as a stronger, more innovative company that is better positioned to compete in the automotive industry of tomorrow. While Stellantis works to rebuild its reputation, Jeep faces the daunting task of reinventing itself to maintain its position in an evolving SUV market. Reinventing Jeep for the future. Jeep's reputation for rugged off-road capability is iconic, but the brand must evolve to survive. The modern SUV buyer is no longer content with just capability. They also demand cutting-edge technology, improved efficiency, and sustainability. Jeep's challenge lies in balancing its legendary heritage with the needs of a changing market. One of Jeep's biggest opportunities lies in electrification. While the Jeep Wrangler 4xe plug-in hybrid has shown promise, the brand needs to double down on fully electric models to compete with rivals like Rivian and Tesla. Jeep's upcoming fully electric models must not only meet consumer expectations for performance and range, but also push the boundaries of innovation. Imagine an electric Jeep that recharges itself using solar panels integrated into its roof, a bold concept that would align perfectly with Jeep's adventurous brand identity. Another area ripe for reinvention is technology. Jeep has been slow to adopt advanced driver assistance systems and infotainment features compared to competitors. Modern buyers expect seamless connectivity, intuitive user interfaces, and features like over-the-air updates. Jeep must prioritize integrating these technologies across its lineup, ensuring that every model feels modern and competitive. And sustainability is another critical frontier. As consumers become more environmentally conscious, Jeep must find ways to reduce its carbon footprint. This could include using recycled materials in vehicle production, improving fuel efficiency for its internal combustion models, and offering eco-friendly trim options. For instance, an all-electric Grand Cherokee with a sustainable interior made from vegan leather and recycled plastics could attract buyers who value both luxury and environmental responsibility. Lastly, Jeep must focus on expanding its global presence. While the brand is a powerhouse in the US, it struggles to compete in markets like Europe and Asia. Offering region-specific models and building stronger international distribution networks could help Jeep tap into these lucrative markets. A compact electric SUV designed specifically for urban buyers in Europe, for example, could be a game changer. By embracing these changes, Jeep has the potential to redefine itself as a forward-thinking brand that honors its legacy while remaining relevant to modern consumers. As Jeep begins to pivot towards sustainability and innovation, Ram faces an equally daunting challenge, carving out a competitive niche in an increasingly crowded truck market. Ram's fight for relevance. The truck market is more competitive than ever, and Ram is struggling to keep up. Once a strong contender in the segment, Ram now finds itself overshadowed by rivals like Ford and Chevrolet, which have embraced electrification and innovation with far greater urgency. To remain relevant, Ram must take bold steps to differentiate itself from the competition. One of the most pressing challenges for Ram is electrification. While Ford has already released the electric F-150 Lightning and Chevrolet has unveiled the Silverado EV, Ram's electric truck remains a concept. Accelerating the development and release of the Ram EV is critical. Ram must also ensure that its electric trucks offer something unique, whether it is class-leading towing capacity, extended range, or innovative features like bidirectional charging. Affordability is another key area where Ram can stand out. The average price of a new truck has soared in recent years, putting them out of reach for many buyers. If Ram can introduce a high-quality, affordable electric truck priced below $50,000, it could capture a significant share of the market. Ram also needs to address its reliance on a single model. While the Ram 1500 is popular, the brand's lack of diversity makes it vulnerable to market fluctuations. Expanding the lineup to include midsize and compact trucks could attract a wider range of buyers, particularly in urban areas where full-size trucks are less practical. Additionally, Ram must invest in technology and luxury features to compete with premium offerings from rivals. Features like hands-free driving, advanced towing aids, and customizable interiors could elevate Ram's appeal and justify its higher price points. For example, a Ram 1500 equipped with an augmented reality heads-up display for towing could attract both work-focused buyers and tech enthusiasts. Finally, Ram must double down on marketing. The brand has struggled to differentiate itself from competitors in the eyes of consumers. A refreshed marketing campaign that highlights Ram's strengths, such as durability, innovation, and affordability, could help re-establish its position in the truck market. By addressing these challenges, Ram has the potential to regain its footing and emerge as a leader in the truck segment once again. As Jeep and Ram strive to evolve, the broader automotive market is undergoing seismic changes that will redefine the industry for years to come. The future of the automotive market. The struggles of Jeep, Ram, and Stellantis are microcosms of broader trends reshaping the automotive industry. Electrification, sustainability, and shifting consumer expectations are forcing automakers to rethink everything, from product development to pricing strategies. The transition to electric vehicles is perhaps the most significant change. Governments around the world are implementing stricter emissions regulations, and consumers are demanding greener alternatives. Automakers that fail to adapt risk being left behind. For Stellantis, this means not only investing in electric vehicles, but also rethinking its entire business model to prioritize sustainability. Sustainability extends beyond electrification. Automakers are increasingly being held accountable for their supply chains and manufacturing processes. Initiatives like carbon-neutral factories, ethical sourcing of materials, and closed-loop recycling systems are becoming standard. Stellantis must embrace these practices to stay competitive and appeal to environmentally conscious buyers. Consumer behavior is also evolving. Younger buyers, in particular, are less loyal to traditional brands and more likely to prioritize innovation, technology, and affordability. Automakers must cater to these preferences by offering vehicles that combine cutting-edge features with accessible pricing. This is especially important as economic uncertainty and rising interest rates make affordability a top concern for many buyers. The future of the automotive market is both exciting and uncertain. Automakers that embrace change and prioritize innovation will thrive, while those that cling to outdated models risk falling by the wayside. For Stellantis, the stakes could not be higher. Lessons Stellantis can learn from competitors. To navigate its current challenges, Stellantis can draw inspiration from automakers that have successfully weathered similar storms. Companies like Tesla, General Motors, and Toyota offer valuable lessons on resilience, innovation, and strategic planning. One of the most critical lessons is the importance of embracing disruption. Tesla, for instance, disrupted the traditional automotive market by committing fully to electric vehicles and creating a cohesive ecosystem around them. Its success stems from a willingness to innovate, take risks, and invest heavily in technology. Stellantis must adopt a similarly bold approach, especially as it lags behind in electrification, a renewed focus on creating an ecosystem of electric vehicles, including EVs tailored to specific market segments, charging infrastructure, and user-friendly software, could set Stellantis apart. Another key takeaway is the value of brand diversification. Toyota has long dominated global markets by offering a diverse range of products, from hybrid vehicles like the Prius to reliable, affordable cars like the Corolla. Stellantis, with its multiple brands, Jeep, Ram, Dodge, and Chrysler, has the potential to appeal to a broad spectrum of buyers. However, this requires a clear strategy for each brand, ensuring they do not overlap or cannibalize each other. For example, Jeep can focus on adventure and ruggedness, while Chrysler might emphasize family-friendly and luxurious options. Moreover, General Motors' pivot to electrification demonstrates the power of a unified vision. Its bold commitment to becoming an all-electric automaker by 2035 has resonated with consumers and investors alike. Stellantis can similarly create excitement by setting ambitious but achievable goals. Announcing a firm timeline for transitioning to electrification across its brands could rebuild consumer and dealer confidence while establishing Stellantis as a forward-thinking leader in the industry. Stellantis has the resources and potential to transform itself. By learning from its competitors, the company can turn its struggles into a foundation for future success. While Stellantis strategizes its comeback, it faces an even larger challenge: adapting to a rapidly shifting global economy. Adapting to global economic realities. The global economic landscape is shifting rapidly, creating both opportunities and risks for automakers. For Stellantis, understanding and adapting to these changes is critical to its survival and growth. One of the most pressing economic challenges is inflation. Rising costs for raw materials, energy, and logistics have put immense pressure on automakers worldwide. For Stellantis, this means finding ways to control costs without sacrificing quality. Strategies like securing long-term contracts with suppliers, investing in localized production facilities, and leveraging economies of scale could help mitigate the impact of inflation. Currency fluctuations also pose a significant challenge, particularly for a company like Stellantis that operates in multiple markets. A weak euro or dollar can affect profit margins, making it crucial for Stellantis to hedge against currency risks. Diversifying its manufacturing base to include more regions with favorable economic conditions could provide stability. In addition, the automotive industry is grappling with the aftermath of supply chain disruptions caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. While many companies have recovered, the semiconductor shortage remains a persistent issue. Stellantis must build resilience into its supply chain by diversifying suppliers, investing in in-house semiconductor production, or forging partnerships with chip manufacturers. These measures could protect the company from future disruptions and give it a competitive edge. On the flip side, economic challenges also create opportunities. Rising fuel prices and environmental concerns have increased demand for electric vehicles, presenting Stellantis with a chance to capitalize on its upcoming EV lineup. Governments around the world are offering subsidies and tax incentives for EV buyers, making this the perfect time for Stellantis to expand its electric offerings. Preparing for technological disruption, the automotive industry is on the cusp of a technological revolution, with advancements in artificial intelligence, autonomous driving, and connectivity set to redefine the way we think about mobility. Stellantis must act quickly to embrace these changes and position itself as a leader in the new era of transportation. One of the most transformative technologies is autonomous driving. While companies like Tesla and Waymo are leading the charge, Stellantis has yet to make a significant mark in this area. To catch up, Stellantis should invest in partnerships with technology companies that specialize in autonomous driving software. Additionally, testing autonomous vehicles in controlled environments or limited geographic areas could help Stellantis refine its technology and build consumer confidence. Connectivity is another area where Stellantis has room to grow. Modern consumers expect their vehicles to function as extensions of their digital lives, with features like seamless smartphone integration, voice-activated controls, and real-time updates. Stellantis can enhance its connectivity offerings by collaborating with tech giants like Google or Apple to create intuitive, user-friendly infotainment systems. Electric vehicle technology is also advancing rapidly, with innovations in battery design, charging speeds, and range pushing the boundaries of what EVs can achieve. Stellantis must prioritize research and development to ensure its EVs remain competitive. Solid-state batteries, for example, could revolutionize the EV market by offering higher energy density, faster charging times, and improved safety. Investing in this technology could give Stellantis a significant advantage over rivals. Technological disruption represents both a challenge and an opportunity for Stellantis. By staying ahead of these trends, the company can secure its place in the future of mobility. As Stellantis looks to the future, its success will ultimately depend on one critical factor: its ability to connect with consumers. Winning back consumer trust. At the heart of Stellantis' challenges lies a fundamental issue: the erosion of consumer trust. For years, inconsistent pricing, quality concerns, and poor customer service have alienated buyers. Rebuilding trust will require a comprehensive, consumer-focused approach. One of the most important steps is transparency. Stellantis must eliminate the confusion surrounding its pricing strategies. Clear, upfront pricing that avoids hidden fees and surprise markups can go a long way toward rebuilding consumer confidence. Offering tools that allow buyers to customize their vehicles and see accurate pricing in real time could further enhance transparency. Quality is another critical area. Stellantis' vehicles have faced criticism for reliability issues, which have hurt the company's reputation. To address this, Stellantis should implement stricter quality control measures and offer longer warranties to demonstrate confidence in its products. A 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, for example, could reassure buyers and set Stellantis apart from competitors. Customer service is equally important. Stellantis must invest in training its dealership staff to prioritize customer satisfaction, streamlining the sales process, offering hassle-free financing options, and providing exceptional after-sales support can help create positive experiences that build loyalty. Winning back consumer trust is not an overnight process, but it is essential for Stellantis' long-term success. By putting customers first, the company can rebuild its reputation and secure its place in the automotive market. Thanks for tuning in. What are your thoughts on Jeep and Ram's latest moves? Are these changes enough to turn things around, or is it too late? Drop your opinions in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you next time.